Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now, my question of today is, where are you watching from? Are you watching from Amsterdam, London, New York? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's get on with the video. So, I couldn't start this video out today without looking at this wonderful and very interesting article first. It is called Ripple XRP will complete global expansion into 195 countries by 2021. And by the way, if you are enjoying the daily crypto news, please support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. Helps me out a ton, puts a smile on my face, and I believe 63, I don't know the exact number, but I believe 63% of y'all are not subscribed, and it would just put a smile on my face. So help out. In a new interview, Marcus Treacher describes how Ripple XRP plans to offer its own payment technologies in all countries worldwide by 2021. Ripple is ready to expand into China, but current local legislation remains a major obstacle. Ripple has more than 350 partners running on RippleNet already worldwide who use the company's payment technologies. Ripple employs more than 500 people worldwide and is currently striving to further expand its own presence, especially in Asia. In an exciting interview, Marcus Treacher now gave an outlook on the company's future expansion efforts. And guys, this is no joke. And I mean, I don't want to draw conclusions here and definitely don't connect these two things to each other, but the price is also doing pretty damn good. Bitcoin is up 4.5%, Ethereum 5.5%, and XRP 4.15 at exactly this point. Looking pretty good in the overall market, and some things are to be said about Cardano and Ethereum's spectacular gains that might be coming here, but maybe a little bit in this video, but more so later tonight. Moving further into the article though, Ripple aims to conquer the global market. Now, all of this is actually pretty obvious from a logical perspective, right? What Ripple needs to do to really, advance to a next stage is to get themselves all the pairs, meaning they need to get connections to all these, regulators or the people who decide for those currencies. Second of all, they need to be available in every single country. So having all the pairs is one thing, but being available in every country is a very big second step to all of that. And third, they will not, or at least they will have to deal with a lot of this regulatory uncertainty and legislation everywhere. Because at this point, one of the biggest issues we've seen is not Ripple's determination, not Ripple's business ways, but it's just the countries not accepting them yet. We saw it, we discussed it, and that's a big conclusion to make. Marcus Treacher, SVP for Customer Success at Ripple, explains in a fireside chat with Yen chairman Michael Mainelli that Ripple is broadly positioned and prepared to provide global coverage for financial institutions with Ripple's payment technologies by next year. Half of current customers are payment companies such as MoneyGram and affiliated exchanges such as Bitso. The other 50% are banks. As Treasure further explains, Ripple's mission is to offer its customers payments around the world, and in order to achieve global coverage, Ripple is therefore planning to increasingly rely on partners like MoneyGram, which already process payments in more than 160 countries worldwide. To quote, "Our network is only as big as the customers that we connect through and clear through, so right now we clear directly to 45 countries. Through a number of RippleNet members, such as Neum, for example, with a head office in Singapore, who are aggregators like Earthport, for example, we can touch many other countries." Furthermore, Ripple wants to use its own network to enable cash payments in every country worldwide and thus help millions of people. Due to the partnership with MoneyGram, Treacher also expects Ripple to achieve worldwide coverage by mid-2021. To quote, "The way we're heading, I would think by mid-2021, we'll have, to intensive purposes, complete global coverage. We do have a great pipe into MoneyGram, which we have a relationship with. which gives us a cash payout in virtually every country in the world, and we're looking to build that up and plug that into the RippleNet network this year. Another important market is China, but access to this market remains difficult due to strict laws over in that country. According to Treacher, Ripple is already doing business at some important hubs, but it did not give any further details. In order to ensure a smooth market entry, Treacher said that the global geopolitical situation must first relax before expansion into the Middle Kingdom can proceed. And last but not least, adoption of new credit platform to be driven forward. As the website already posted earlier, Ripple is planning to launch a new credit platform. Treacher also said in this conversation that Ripple not only wants to make payments possible, but will greatly simplify the lending process and streamline the processes involved. At this point, Ripple also wants to solve the problem of immediate liquidity, which is still a problem for many payment companies. Alright, so sorry I took my time to read this article all the way through, but that's because of the importance of this type of stuff. You guys get it, hopefully, here. He just said some key freaking things. Due to the partnership with MoneyGram, Treacher also expects Ripple to achieve worldwide coverage by mid-2021. And he also explains that that is because of the way that they're heading right now. Meaning that a lot of what we're seeing is most likely not all that is there, right? We're hearing things here and there about their pace and their progress, but most likely, because of the way he phrased this, there's still a lot of stones to be uncovered, which is quite an important part. Alright, something I just noticed, which is a little bit of an issue, but I don't think will ever be fixed, is that if you type in XRP over on Twitter and press latest, you'll still find tons and tons and tons of XRP scams. Just look at the last 2 minutes here, how heavy these guys are trying to push it. All of these ones with BG or Ripple pictures like that are all scams. They're all freaking scams trying to take people's money away. And damn, did I misunderstand how heavy of an issue this is. These guys are pushing it hard over on Twitter with no pause at all. So just be warned, you guys, it is still out there. Again, this guy says on Twitter, everybody stumbles across a golden opportunity at least once in a lifetime. XRP is your golden opportunity. Don't miss this life-changing opportunity. Invest in the golden bridge, one bridge to connect them all. And even though I don't agree with most of his tweets, I think he does have a little bit of a point here. Everybody in their lifetime, I believe, has a couple of opportunities to take to achieve the goals that they have in their life. And for a lot of us, I believe XRP is one of these chances to really make it big. Now, yesterday, I told you guys in my video that I'm buying some more XRP. Today, those fruits paid off nicely with a nice 4.5% gain or so. From my point where I bought at, might be another 5%. But again, it could be a lot more with some more time. And I know for a fact it will be a lot more with some more time. And I also believe that this is a little bit of a golden opportunity that I have the luck of finding out about. All right, here, I just noticed a thread and I want to see what you guys think about it. And by the way, if you're still watching, make sure you press the like button because it helps me out. It puts a smile on my face. And every time I use one of your articles, and I think you're a good guy, give you a little follow on Twitter because it helps me out and I think you guys like it too. So this comes from Matthew Linney over on Twitter. Matt, he says, this is massive news, XRP. And looking into it, First American Trust FSB selects Volant Technologies US Fedwire as a service in the cloud. Bank replaces its legacy wire transfer system with Volant's US Fedwire as a service in the cloud to modernize its payment processing infrastructure. It's kind of interesting, right? How this is on the cloud as well. Really just after we got all the cloud hype. The Volpay Ripple processor module. So you might have to take a little bit of a second here to understand everything, but all right. Payment generation 1 into 2 Volante Ripple process module. Fee and FX rate quote confirmation. Confirm FX rate and fees make payment via Ripple. Payment settled on Ripple. That's the steps basically. And here you can see again fees and FX rate quote. Payment sent. Confirmation of settlement of payment. But let's get into them. Okay, so step 1. A payment from Bank A to Bank B is created in the payment application, and payment is routed to Volanti Volpay Ripple processor module. So basically, it's sent from Center Bank A over into this processor module. 2. Volanti's Ripple processor module receives payments from application and, according to business rule, initiates Ripple payment process. The Volant Ripple process module also manages all the required API calls and payment messages transformation to the required format for Ripple. So again, over here, it sends it over to Ripple Connect and then moves it through Ripple Cloud here over to Ripple Connect again, over into Bank B. At least that's what step 3 is about, because this is just step 2. Via the Ripple cross-currency interface, Ripple Connect, the Volant Ripple processor module manages the receipt and acceptance/rejection of fees and the FX rate quote. Again, we are seeing that here as well, fees and FX rate quote. And 4, you can see here, confirm FX rate and fees make payment via Ripple into the same processor module, into the same way again. Once rates/fees are approved, the Volant Ripple processor module initiates the Ripple payment process. Ripple confirms payment to beneficiary bank. It's confirmation. And 5, the last one, payment settled on Ripple. Settlement is completed with Ripple ledger balances updated for both sender and receiver bank, and notification of funds transferred to the beneficiary is confirmed back to Bank A. Pretty damn cool process. Pretty damn nice to see that that's happening and going on. All right, XRP Stewart just posted after a little bit of a thread and after King Solomon said on Twitter that he found some interesting connections with Ripple and Russia. I don't know if that was a joke or if it's real. I don't really care too much about it either. We'll see once they bring out some more info. But he said something as well with a picture attached to it. And that is the stages of a protocol, in this case, Interledger. 2014, concept. Experiments by Ripple Research. 2015, prototype, 5 Bells first IOP implementation. 2017, specification, IOP v4 is finalized. 2018, launch, Codius becomes the first live IOP app. 2019, adoption, first fiat IOP connectors are launched. 2020s, growth, a number of use cases grows tremendously. And 2030 and further, because this is the 2020s, all these years, maturity. Interledger drives most commerce. And that's something to think about, guys, as well, about where we're going to be in the next 10 years or so. Why decentralized finance is revolutionary. Just a small part I want to quickly read from you guys. Decentralized finance is one of the areas in crypto that has received notable traction. At a high level, DeFi aims to recreate the financial system that we use today, but in a way that removes the need for intermediaries like banks. Bitcoin, which most readers will probably be familiar with, laid the foundation for this movement by creating a censorship-resistant currency that can be transacted between users without the need for an intermediary. And that's just one thing I just briefly wanted to say here. Let's actually read this part first. The promise of the DeFi space is that using these financial primitives, a new kind of financial system can emerge. One that will be global, transparent, fair, and open for anyone to use and build upon. A shared infrastructure like the internet, but for value-based information exchange. And let's look at a couple of examples. Stablecoins and payments, borrowing and lending, DEXs, yada, yada, yada. But basically, one of the things I wanted to state here is that through Ripple and what they're doing / planning, we don't need to get rid of the banks. And as you, with some knowledge or some insights, might already be able to tell, getting rid of the banks in the whole financial system is going to be really nearly impossible for right now. I mean, if the interest rate goes below 0 globally, there are some speculators who think that, or some guys who think that the banking system will collapse. However, for right now, it's not looking like it just quite yet. And thus, if you think about that, what Ripple is doing here is just key and golden. They're making everything more transparent, a lot safer, a lot less frictionful, or just frictionless. However, they're not trying to get rid of the banks. If you think about that, what they're doing is really damn big. Ripple to complete global coverage by mid-2021 and plug MoneyGram's cash payout to RippleNet this year. That's just, again, another article stating basically the same thing. This comes from Crypto News Flash. This comes from XRP Arcade. So this one comes from Leonidas' website, including all this most important news. And this comes from Crypto News Flash. I actually believe I looked at this article earlier tonight, about 12 hours ago, or 12 and a quarter. However, didn't get to it. It was like maybe 2, 3 a.m. I was like, man, am I going to compile more news into a video or just wait for tomorrow? And that's what I decided to do. And by the way, if you are enjoying the daily crypto news, please support the channel by pressing the like button. But basically, it's the same info, just compiled again in a little bit of a different format, because all the stuff he's telling is mostly the same here. Again, 2021 is going to be huge, is what we know now. XRP check features may surface soon. A check feature introduced in February 2018 may finally see the day of light in XRPL, and I just wanted to state again that we shouldn't forget about the check feature, which might have now already passed. Is it already been 2 weeks? I don't know. Not going to be using it ever, most likely, but it's just an addition, and we should check how the ecosystem is going to react to it. Alright, now a picture a lot of you guys have been talking about, and a lot of people have been excited about as well. XRP Supreme, the icon here, is a reposter of this one, I believe, of this article says, "This is a decent article highlighting crypto as a whole. I hate he uses Ripple instead of XRP though, but hey, it was pretty decent." And the name is Cryptocurrency Redefining the Future of Finance. And with XRP here we can see, with several major bank clients, Ripple enables transactions to occur in seconds. And it's basically a little bit of an overview about what cryptos are used kind of when, and when they emancipated or when they came around, and what the deal is with a lot of them. But I believe for almost all the people watching these videos here, I don't need to tell you guys what coins are useful for. We can already understand that, for example, XRP is used for payments, and probably Bitcoin is a better store of value. Probably a stable coin is the most stable. Probably the most private coin is like a coin that's, filled for privacy. You guys get it, right? All this type of stuff. Digital gold is still an opinion. That's nothing confirmed. DApps, these are the ones that, have the most prominent use for DApps, but not limited to. Digital ownership can empower those without access to bank to enter the financial system. I guess that's basically every coin if you think about it. And again, here's how can they be used. Well, they can be used for everything, kind of, but yeah, again, that's why I didn't want to cover it into too much depth, because most of it is just too obvious to state. Coinbase is down again. Guys, I just kind of am getting annoyed by all of this stuff, man. I don't understand how Coinbase's servers can be so bad, or they don't want people to trade in the most important times. I don't really know or understand what's going on with those guys. Is it them doing it elaborately, or is it just really some faulty ruling that they're doing over there? Consensus says, "We see you, Ethereum." Total Ethereum addresses just crossed 100 million. That's 10 times more than the internet users in 1995. The Crypto Candy says, "I'm 1K XRP away from the perfect bag." And that's again another question I have for you guys. Are you close to your perfect XRP bag? Because I'm not. I also don't think I can satisfy myself ever with a certain amount, because I believe that you're never really done investing. You'll always keep continuing on. However, this question could be better asked in the way of, when are you, I guess, okay or content, or whatever the word is for that, with the current bag that you have? When can you live happily knowing you have sort of at least the threshold of enough coins? Massive number of Bitcoin options set to expire in June. More than 100,000 Bitcoin options will expire before the end of June. The expirations reflect the massive highs in open interest in recent weeks, and future contracts have historically had little effect on Bitcoin's price. I'll talk more about this in my 5-minute crypto video that's coming out later today. Again, same kind of deal, but here you can see it is $930 million in Bitcoin options that are set to expire next Friday. And the question is, should you worry or should you not? Again, if you want to know more about the options in Bitcoin, make sure you check out 5-Minute Crypto. A link to the channel is in the description below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody. Have a very, very jolly, wonderful day, if that's correct to say. And also, make sure you support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing if you have not already done so, just because it helps out a ton. And really, it makes me happy. A lot of you guys don't understand. It does, right? It can really make somebody happy to see some likes on a video. It's kind of strange and materialistic, sort of, but still it does something good, man. I don't know. But thank you guys all for watching. See you guys again in another one.